Alright, today is June 30th. Today is day 89 out here on the trail. I got up early this morning and started going. Luckily the rain held off at least long enough for me to pack up a dry tent and get going. I'm sure it'll start raining on me soon, but that is okay. I am fairly used to it. So I haven't recorded in a couple days. Where the heck is the trail at? Apparently it goes down this gravel road for a little bit. But I'm not sure even when I recorded last, but in the last couple days we have hiked from Kent, Connecticut to to Salisbury, Connecticut. And Salisbury is a really cool town. It's a really small town in northwest Connecticut. And but anyway, and then from Salisbury to Great Barrington, Massachusetts, there's a stretch of pretty big mountains, and that you have to climb up and over. And man, what a just great, like really steep climbs, hand over hand climbing, getting straight up, vertical, straight down. You know, really cool. I mean, the valleys down there. I mean, there was these beautiful creeks coming through with waterfalls, and it's just amazing. And so yesterday afternoon, no, the day before yesterday, we got into the road crossing that goes into Great Barrington, Massachusetts, and ended up getting a ride into town, hitched a ride into town, and stayed at a motel for my bi-monthly shower. And that was nice. Ate a bunch of good food. And here's another thing, I'll go ahead and mention this. The past week or so, I have moved to strictly vegetarian food. So it's still going well. I did my resupply in Great Barrington day before yesterday, and I'm all vegetarian. I don't know how long that'll last. I don't think I want to become a vegetarian. I think I could maybe move towards pescatarian, because I just do not think I could give up fish and seafood and things of that nature. But it is, I tell you, that this trail has shown me that fruits and vegetables power you through a day better than, junk food and meat and, tons of calories of processed foods. I know you don't get as many calories with the vegetables and fruits and things of that nature, but nuts and things like that. But the nutrients and things that it does for your body, it gives you so much energy. It almost doesn't even make sense. But I feel good. I feel really good when I've been eating nothing but vegetables and fruit. I don't feel lethargic like I used to when I was eating, like when I go into town and I'd eat a bunch of, meat and pizza and hamburgers and stuff like that. So anyway, so that's what I've been doing. And so left town, so stayed with Buzz and Ounce, and actually Little Bear caught up yesterday morning, and we spent half the day in Great Barrington just hanging out all together. We went and ate, and I went to the post office and mailed some stuff. Little Bear got a new phone back because his phone died at the post office, and yada yada. So I decided I wanted to leave. It was like 1 o'clock or 12:30 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I wanted to get back on the trail because I really want to make it into Vermont by the time James and Jennifer come and pick me up to go to their lake house for the 4th of July. And the only way that I was going to be able to do that is, this is a pretty cool little creek, but the only way I was going to be able to do that is to really push some big miles, and I needed to get started. The other guys, on the other hand, have been feeling a little lazy and wanting to sleep in every morning, which I can't do. I don't know why, but I wake up at 5 to 5:30 every morning, and I have for years and years and years. And so I'm kind of ready to go in the mornings, and they want to sleep. So I left town, and they messaged me after I was about 45 minutes on the trail and said that they were going to catch a movie in town. So they all went and saw a movie, and they didn't get on trail until later yesterday evening. And I think they did around 6 or 7 miles, and I did 14. And I'm planning for at least 25 miles today. I don't know what they're planning on doing. So I mean, I don't know. They're invited to this 4th of July thing. I hope they can either catch up, or I hope they can get to a road crossing that my buddy James doesn't mind picking me up, and then maybe heading a few more miles, or 10 or 15 miles south, and picking them up. But we'll see. But today's going to be a good day. I think it's going to rain a little bit, but that's not a big deal. There's I know there's supposed to be some steep climbs this morning, later this morning, and then I think it's supposed to level off and walk along a ridge line for a while. And the highlight of the day is supposedly there's a woman that has a house up here in Massachusetts that she's known as the Cookie Lady. And the Cookie Lady obviously makes cookies, but she has cookies for hikers, and then she also has this big blueberry field where you can go and hand pick blueberries. And she, as long as you say something to her and let her know, she doesn't mind if you pitch your tent in her yard, and she does kind of a work for stay. So I'll go ask her if she minds if I pitch my tent, and if she has some chores or anything that needs to be done around the house, then I will gladly help her with whatever she needs for her generosity. So and cookies and blueberries. So that'd be a 25-mile day. So as long as I don't get there too early, because I did start kind of early, I'll probably just stay there. If I get there really early, I might stay there for a little bit and then hike a few more miles, find a campsite. But anyway, that's what's been going on. Yeah, I've got, as of this morning, I have 75 miles to do by around 3 or 4 o'clock Sunday. So I have not quite 3 whole days. So we'll see. So this is just to reiterate that it's not all sunrises and sunsets and beautiful lakes out here. It is absolutely pouring down rain. I am soaking wet. If you can, oh, the trail is just water. Good stuff. And I've still got about 3 miles to go before I get to where I was trying to get today. And then I get to set up my tent in this. It hasn't rained this bad since Buzz and I were caught in it in Northern Virginia. But it is bad right now. And you know, people ask me all the time how it's like out here. And there's so many things to talk about. The good, the bad. And I have to say, this is one of the bad. But for some odd reason, I'm smiling. So, I don't know. Holy crap, man. It is coming down. It makes these rocks super, super slippery. But, anyway. Hopefully it'll let up after a while. And I won't have to set up my tent in the pouring down rain. But anyway, I just thought I'd share this wonderful AT moment. Whoa. Sorry, the camera just flipped around.
Happy 4th! You waiting yet? No, I don't have oil. I got it. Italy. I'm here in Italy all the way. Ready? Yes, no. I'm standing
No, it didn't do it.
No. Go.
Sure? No, it didn't do it.
Here, hold on. Yeah, would have been funny. Relay. Here it comes. Here it comes.
I'm going to go find that thing.
I can find it.
I'm taking a video and it says James Oakley Folly is live right now.
Now we're good.
Back.
Yes, cover both.
Back.
Bang!
Wow.
So today is June 6th, not June 6th, July 6th, sorry, July 6th. I think today is day 95 on the trail. A recap of the last handful of days. There's been some time passed since I did a video, but buddy James and Jennifer came and picked me up out of Dalton, Massachusetts on I guess it was July the 2nd. I don't know, July 1st or 2nd. They picked me up and got to go to Jen's mom and dad's cabin in New Hampshire and hang out with those guys that evening and morning. And they have a cabin in 100 acres in New Hampshire, so it was amazing to spend some time there. And then we went to Jen's uncle's house at Lake Winnipesaukee in New Hampshire, and wow, what an experience that was. That was absolutely amazing. There were people, I mean, there were tons of friends and family over there, and we got to, oh, let me clean this. We got to take the boat out and had beautiful, beautiful weather right there at the lake, and hung out and drank a bunch of beers and ate a bunch of good food and hung out with some amazing people. I don't know if I've ever met a group of more friendly people and willing to take me in. They didn't know me at all, and yet they took me in like I was one of their kids. So thank you so much to Kevin and Kathy and Bill and Sherry, and of course James and Jennifer, and then everyone else that was there. You all treated me like royalty, and that was unexpected. That was really nice. But then I got a ride back with Blair, Steve, and Sean, and they gave me a ride back to Dalton, which was a 4-hour drive. So we got a ride back. We rode back on Tuesday, the 4th of July, that evening, and Sean let me stay on his couch that night, which was very kind of him, and got started out of Dalton yesterday. So I ended up doing about 23.5 miles yesterday, and got within 4 or so miles from the Vermont border. Got into a little town of North Adams and last night, and the Papa John's there in town gives 50% off your total purchase to thru hikers. So I ate an entire large pizza, and it was really good. I hadn't had a Papa John's pizza in a long time, so that was really good. And then walked another mile or so, and there was a cafe, well, a diner called Renee's Diner, and she let us actually set up our tents right there at the diner. Even came and unlocked the door for all night long, so if we needed to use the restroom, we could go in at any point and use the restroom. That was really nice of her. And then we got up this morning and had a nice breakfast that she prepared at the diner, and started walking. So I'm about 5 miles in for the day, 4.5 or 5. And the really cool thing is I just crossed into Vermont about a half mile ago, and it's also the Long Trail. So the Appalachian Trail and the Long Trail are one and the same. For first 105 miles into Vermont, and then after that, the Appalachian Trail hangs a right and heads east, and the Long Trail keeps heading north all the way to Canada. So I'm currently on the Appalachian / Long Trail, and I have to say it feels pretty good to be in Vermont. Other than this past weekend when I spent the time in New Hampshire, this is the first time I've ever been north of Massachusetts. So I've been really anxiously awaiting Vermont. I heard other than, sorry about that, a little bit of a climb there. Other than I've been excited for the beauty of Vermont and the Green Mountains. Although another name for Vermont for thru hikers is Vermud, because they do have a lot of muddy, swampy areas that you just have to walk through. And of course, they're calling for rain and thunderstorms the next 2 days. So that should make for a nice muddy walk. So, but it is what it is. That's kind of what I expected anyway. So I will have wet, muddy, nasty feet the next couple days. But today, it's supposed to just be cloudy, and the temperature is really, really nice right now. Knock on wood, it is not too buggy today. Yesterday was horrendous. I mean, it was so many mosquitoes biting me. It was really bad. But so far today, it's been pretty good. So also yesterday, I got to climb the highest point in Massachusetts. It was Mount Greylock, and it actually got up to, I think, about 34 or 3,500 feet, and that's the highest elevation that I've been at since Northern Virginia. So yeah, which was a long time ago. So that was pretty cool. Good views from up there. Although the Coca-Cola, I got a canned Coca-Cola up there at the lodge there. It was $2.50 for a canned Coca-Cola. That's crazy. But anyway, that's what you get when you're up here in the north and they put a crazy tax on Coca-Cola because they don't want you to drink it. Yeah, there you go. That's what you get when our, I guess the state or whatever tries to regulate every damn thing that you do. They just tax some things to where you don't buy it anymore. I don't know, whatever. I don't want to get into that, but it makes no damn sense. So anyway, I paid $2.50 for Coca-Cola, and it was really good. It was worth every penny. But anyway, another really cool thing about today is I will cross over the 1,600 mile mark on my trip. So I'm really excited about that. So I'll have walked 1,600 miles. Morning, how are you?
Good.
And that's a big milestone. So I'll have, what, about 590 miles to go. So, which seems like such a long ways. But taking it 20 to 30 miles a day, and slowly I'll chip away at it. So there you go. There's the update for the last 4 or 5 days. Life is still good out here on the trail. July 7th. Fog camera again. There you go. Well, it's about 8:45. I'm a little over 6 miles in. And I am on top of a big old mountain in Vermont. The forest has started to get mossy and really cool looking. It looks a lot like the Smoky Mountains did down south. But look what I have run into. fire tower on top of this mountain. Right in time for second breakfast. Pretty cool. So, you're gonna go up the fire tower with me and see what we can see. Still trying to log in about 20 to 25 miles a day. It's been getting harder though. The terrain is definitely steeper. And my energy level is way down. I'm just not getting enough calories, and also not even feeling all that hungry. So, man, this thing gets narrow. So, I don't know what to do about that. Man, I don't know if I can get up here with my backpack. Maybe. If I crawl. Shit. So, there you go. Not much of a view when it's all foggy like this and clouds rolling in. But my little stick here holding my camera's not doing very well. But pretty neat. And I'm gonna sit here and eat some more food and start heading that way, I guess. Well, it'd be really nice if it was clear, but oh well, you can't win them all.